Oh, hello there. Didn't see you there. Welcome to Roll for Story, and what a great day to be playing D&D. Carius, what happened last session?
Who, me?
It's Llewellyn's turn to do recap.
Carius can deliver it in Llewellyn's voice. Jamie, take it away. He's using disguise self.
Okay.
Meant Llewellyn.
So we spent the rest of the evening finishing eating, tidying up, and discussing what distraction we were going to go with for the pirates for infiltration day the next day. Andy was going to dress up with a fake name and get an animal. Carius was going to talk to them about providing entertainment. Irina jumped on and decided to play Andy's sister and do some dancing as well and singing. And we discussed which family members we were bringing and not of the Damsiers. And then we had a very awkward discussion with Carius's father the next day when he was demanding to come with, and we said, hell no, stay your ground. Let's go, fam. And we left. After discussing about the chessboard and how Kashan can infiltrate the pirate's den with people inside the chessboard.
Let's skip a few beats. You got the sister out. That's
Yeah.
Cool, right, awesome. So yes, you're still in the pirate camp, except for the two who went back with the Damsers. So back in the Damser estate, takes you a little while to get back, but it's not too big of a deal. Being that I think, isn't it Saza who took? Did she borrow your glaive of flying?
No, she borrowed my other glaive to make the boat faster.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sailed back.
Because my thing can only carry us.
Cool. All right then. So skip ahead. You're knocking on the Damser estate, and Briseis says, "Why are you knocking? I have the key."
I
And
was
she
going to
opens
say,
up
who's
the door.
knocking? I'm letting myself in.
Yeah, you just barge in. Sure. Everyone just swings around their heads and turns and says, "You're back quickly."
Yeah, piece of cake. And then,
Kind of. It went better than we expected.
no, literally piece of cake.
And you're not trailing blood through my carpet, which means you.
No one died. No one got harmed. All went well.
Well, people got harmed, just not us.
Did they?
Judging from the lack of bodies, and then I'm just going to look over at, what was his name?
You mean the guy who got drunk and fell on the floor?
Mr. Suave Pirate.
Yeah,
Yazid is
him.
not
And I'm
here.
just going to point to him.
The boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yazid's not here. You look around and
Yeah, he did get kidnapped, but
Okay,
yeah, you realize Yazid is not behind you.
nobody important got harmed.
In fact,
that's,
nor is
that's
Llewellyn,
exactly what I just said. People got hurt, just not us.
right? In fact, nor is Llewellyn here, is he? Because you're both inside the chessboard right now.
No, we came
No,
out.
they popped out. They popped out before the end of last session.
yeah, they popped out on the boat.
Oh.
Good lord.
Very quick game of chess.
Yeah, I'm bringing Yazid in with us.
He wanted to hide.
He
Why
ain't
would,
gonna...
why would I want to meet the father of the pirate the ship that we raided?
Because you're the cause of all this. Get out here.
Oh god, so you're forcefully yanking him out. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, tipping out the chessboard is where you suddenly see Yazid just fall out onto the ground.
I push him in, just like, welcome the new member of your family.
Hi. And Erikos says, "Who is this? You look like one of the raiders who took my boat." And
Saza?
Saza kind of, this is where Saza walks in, like, "Yep, he is sort of partly responsible, but don't blame him. It was me. I kind of set it all up, as you have probably figured out by now. So I came here so that people didn't worry about me anymore. But I'm leaving the nest." Erikos sort of seems to be a bit torn in emotions, wanting to both sort of embrace his daughter in knowing that she's now safe and alive, but also there seems to be a frown on his face, signaling that, yeah, he's clearly disappointed and furious as well with her.
Oh, also, we made an alliance with the pirates because of the dragons. And if we don't take Saza back, then Carius is stuck with the pirates instead of Saza.
Curious. Didn't even realize he'd gone. Yet he's not here, is he? No. Someone else. A cat. And the smaller one as well. So you're saying, wait, hold on. Wait, did you just say you're allied with the pirates?
Look, the dragons are coming, whether you like it or not, and you know it. The pirates have done nothing untoward to Sazar, and they've been perfectly amiable. They let her go without a fuss. They're not coming back after you. They've dropped the ransom. We are trying to make the best of this mess of a situation. You can like it or you can lump it, to be fair. I'm kind of all done with this now.
You start to see there is a sort of billowing in the air building up.
I'm just gonna.
Erikos's fists are slightly clenched, and you can even start to see there is like cutlery in the candles near Erikos seemingly just go out as the wind seems to be swelling around the room. He says, "Most of my crew is dead because of this. You may be done with it, but I still have bodies to bury. And families to tell them that their loved ones didn't make it."
Hmm.
All right, and lots of people are going to die if those dragons go on a rampage down here. So,
And you think pirates, cutthroats, are going to be good allies against them?
well, they're planning on helping rather
Yeah.
than throwing a tantrum.
We'll do everything we can, Mr. Damsir, sir. And Heragos, like, "You're just opportunists, cowards. You couldn't actually stand against me in a real fight. That's why you chose to wait until I had been exhausted from the storm."
I think it was more around the lines of just getting in there peacefully and doing things without having to get into conflict. That was Carius's idea, to do things peacefully. Not everything has to be a fight, not everything has to end in murder. And sadly, there has been on your side, but doesn't mean that it needs to be reciprocated.
You can, one or two of you can roll me persuasion checks.
I think because Irina was leading the charge on that.
Yeah, then Irina with advantage then.
Persuasion.
Yes, please.
I don't know what yours is. Mine's. Oh no. Oh no. That's
16.
better. That's much better.
Yeah, surprising. You have proficiency in persuasion
Yes.
and intimidation.
Yes.
You just love influencing people. Okay, cool. All right, well, Ericos,
She's the anti-Detan, let's face it.
Persuasively
I've got
intimidating.
charisma.
he says these pirates are going to do more harm than good. And at the end of it, I don't expect our alliance to be exactly set in stone or go back to their pirating ways. And
No,
well, he sees there's a pause and he says, and I suppose Carius has a plan for that as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
probably. And if you have an inside woman, Saza, there's less chance of there being more harm on the seas from these pirates.
Sazar is going to act as an ambassador of sorts.
Sazer's going to do no such thing. Sazer, you're grounded.
No, she's not.
This is kind of the reason why I rebelled in the first place. You can't hold me here forever.
Like, how old is Sazar? I can't remember.
I'm 19.
Yeah, she's a full-grown adult. You can't really lock her up. That's illegal.
It's illegal. Damn, Irina pulling the legal card.
Damn right I am.
You're not lawful good.
There's a teeny bit of deterrent in there.
Mm. Yeah.
Law enforcement.
Yeah, what's going on? Well, the chaotic good. But I guess chaotic would side on the side of freedom, which would definitely be Sazer's sort of side.
She's
You
an
said-
adult. She wants her own life, and she's building it. The whole
You're
you're far too overprotective.
She doesn't know what is good for her. She's cavorting with pirates. She got my men killed.
Oh please, like you didn't make mistakes when you were her age.
Oof. He suddenly kind of like gets tongue-tied and Riley
We've all
says-
done it.
Riley says, well, it definitely doesn't come from my side of the family.
Look, it's just a bog standard thing. You don't grow as a person unless you make mistakes, and people do really dumb things. I blew up a library.
Look here, he's just like,
You know, like there are worse things she could do than fall in love with a pirate and make a business out of it.
And just
merrily says,
oh,
Dad, just... ugh."
just because she made a mistake initially doesn't mean what she's aiming to do now will be a mistake. She seems to have a good handle on the situation now.
Also, if you're gonna have pirates, you know, having your daughter in charge of them is not a bad thing. Just
John,
saying. Well, not in charge, but like supervising.
An influencer.
is that
Yeah.
what you are? You're the advisor to these pirates, Saza?
Ambassador.
Yeah, what she said, ambassador. I knew there's a reason why we took you along with us. She kind of just leans back like you're doing all the good talking for me. And you also form this sort of physical barrier, so he doesn't just murder me right now.
Look, don't get smarmy, or I'm gonna let you fight this battle yourself.
Oh, I'll shut up. Briseis just sort of strides forward. It says, well, Dad, the case is closed and Sazar is safe. We have more important mysteries and adventures to go on right now. The dragons are going to attack. We can't be arguing. If we want to survive, we're going to have to work together, even if it means siding with scum.
See, there's the Briseis I remember, and I'm just gonna like bonk her on the head.
Yeah,
And meanwhile, Sazar like says, "Scum? Did you just call me scum?"
You're kind of a little bit scum.
just accept it. Just accept it. Don't.
Yes, it says, "Hey, don't call my girlfriend scum." Briseis just turns and shoots him
It's
daggers.
fine, you're scum too.
I've
You're
got
all
more-
scum, you're pirates.
I was going to say I polymorph him into a worm as he steps forward onto the table.
Oh God. Oh, please.
Just he needs to know his place.
He does, doesn't he? He tried to stick up for her twice now, and he just got completely,
I'll
completely
knock
shut down.
that off my. He needs to. This isn't the place to speak up.
You've turned him into a horrific purple worm who attacks you.
Oh.
You said worm, right?
Just like a regular earthworm.
Oh, earthworm. Sorry. Okay, I'll take that damage. back.
Wow, with a 2 on the dice, that's still a 16. That's terrifying.
I don't have the ability to turn him into a purple worm.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're suggesting a wild magic surge happen,
Yeah.
cause the polymorph to go wild.
Careful with that wording. Purple worm.
Anyway,
What about a grick? A bit less.
why is there a tiny deathly?
A tiny what?
And oh my god, my health is so low right now.
It's because you took a damage from a purple worm. You can put it back up.
I will.
All right. So, Ericos is just in a bit of a storm. Quite literally, there is still wind billowing around him.
Look, the point is, you can see she's safe. She's come to no harm. They've not done anything to her or anything like that, but I am taking her back now.
You only just got back. To Danny's like, yeah, we didn't get to have dinner with you.
Look,
We missed
my
our
part of the deal was to bring her so she could explain her side of the story, take her back. That way, Carius is free to leave. After that, she can come and go as she pleases. I don't see why they would keep her.
Stazza says, yep. It makes sense to get back as quickly as possible before they change their mind. And Didani speaks up and says, but we made cinnamon mangoes. And Stazza's like, I could stay for those, though. If there's any left.
I mean, Carius can handle himself for a couple hours, maybe max.
I look at the sun. Yeah, sure, why not?
Wow. Very persuasive, but easily persuaded. All right. Well,
Sorry. I like how everyone's like, Carius can handle himself, but it's not just him there.
It's
Kashan-
fine.
A buffoon.
The other guys are preoccupied with the revelation from the end of
Oh
last
god, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
sure. In fact, let's jump back to that right now. That seems a good segue. As the prodigal daughter returns and begins scoffing cinnamon mangoes, we jump towards the pirate hideout where a orc has sort of tugged on Andy's cape and said that they looked familiar, and the grung translated between the two of you and said that you're on the Hall of Fame, supposedly. And going up the set of stairs, you overlooked a wall of posters. There is treasure maps. There are wanted posters. There are even adverts for Chad's traveling casino. So that's a thing. And of course, as he pulls over one of the posters, buried underneath all of these was a poster of someone that looked very similar to Andy, except their hair was maybe styled a little bit differently. Their complexion a little bit more older. But nonetheless, right before you, Andy, is a representation of your mother, wanted by the Sultan for theft from the Sultan himself, the Sultan of Gaidia.
She is staring at this in utter disbelief. And I'm guessing this has text on it and
Mhm.
things. And I'm guessing, just speculation, that it's probably got her name written on it or something similar. But she's still learning to read at this point. So she's shoving this in Kashan's face and they're, read this, please. I don't know if I'm reading it right.
Of course. However, the big ogre is saying that it looks like you, and to be fair, I can see the similarities. Quite uncanny, actually. And I'll just read through it and give the name as well.
Okay. It
So I don't
says-
think we actually know Andy's surname, do we?
She has told you her surname. Her last name is Al Amin.
Oh, okay. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same on the wanted poster.
Don't know.
Well, Al Amin was her father's
That's
last
her
name.
father's last name, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whether or not her mum took it, I don't know.
So it says that Kadira is wanted for theft against the Sultan, and the reward is somewhere between like 7,000 gold pieces.
It's a big bounty. Do you know this, Kadira?
It's my mum. This is my mother.
Is
And
your
she looks
mother?
over to the ogre and she's like, do you know any more? Can you ask him? Do you know any more? What do you know what she stole?
Oh yes. Ook.
Is this the first time you've seen her face?
Yes.
Ah!
This is the first time she's ever seen her mother's face.
Love that orcish, by the way.
Thank you.
It says Kongrongadu Farga Mugudu. Which, what did you first say first? What did you say?
I can imagine Kashan's also still standing like this. And she's trying to say.
Ook. He would have said, "Oh, please tell me more." Okay.
You also have time for tea.
What was it that you asked? Sorry, I was.
Stay on track.
If they know any more, if he knows what she stole.
Yeah. So he'll say, "Do you know any more information about what happened? What did she steal?"
Cool. He shrugs and says, "No idea," but says, "I don't think it's listed, or but there is a rumor." He says, and he says that when the thief was spotted leaving, they had a ooh. Do I reveal that?
Oh no! Don't tease me now.
Okay. Go on. Give us a whisper.
It said that they had a trunk with them.
Oh.
He kind of starts measuring out the adjustments.
Bora? Comfy?
And he's just like looking back and forth between these two as they're having this conversation.
Kagruf Uresh. They searched for passage across the ocean. And one such vessel chose to take them aboard.
And do you know of what was in that box? Do the rumors say?
Nofkra. No idea.
And where did you hear those rumors?
Uresh Numara. Sailors talk, and there often times when sailors work on some ships and then pass over to another ship, go from captain to captain. So of course, that's how news travels and news spreads.
It's like the maids in a house. They just spread
Yeah.
gossip.
Very well. Do you perhaps know where we'd be able to find more? Is there a way that we'd be able to. Is there a place that we can go to? Maybe a place where there's sailors that meet and this
Idea.
happens a lot. He says,
And
Guardian.
you recognize that as well this time, Andy. He says, yeah, Gadia is the main capital of the Clawed Coast.
I'm guessing Kashan has like relayed this back to her as he's learned it. Okay, she's going to ask one last thing for him to ask to the orc. And she's going to ask, does the name Rahim Al-Amin ring a bell? Is he here on this wall as well?
Kora Rahim? Lamo.
It's just your facial expressions as you're doing this.
He doesn't seem to give you a great answer. He's looking over the wall. He seems to be very struggling, and he's lifting up posters and ripping off some others. And you could help him if you like. There's literally about a 30-foot wall of this.
Sure. I mean, I know what he looks like, so I will happily help him try and find one if there is one on there.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I'll assist if you give me kind of like a description.
Right.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage as Kashan is helping kind of sift through them and. Okay.
So 17 is she's like explaining he has he wears like a turban thing on his head. It's a bit worn half the time. He's got like bits of hair that poke out of it. Scraggly beard, but he generally keeps it relatively tidy in some ways, but it's just still a bit messy. Usually wears, browns and things like that. Don't know if the pictures are colored at all. And she just carries on. She's like, he's got brown eyes and his skin's a bit darker than mine and that kind of stuff. So
okay.
I just turn to the orc and go, pretty boy.
To be fair, he's not wrong.
Rahimu was quite handsome, yes.
Just roll my eyes.
Okay. You sift through all of the kind of posters, and there are some there's some ugly types in amongst here, and you're easily able to kind of sift through those. Ones with like scars and tattoos, ones with like shaved heads, and all kinds of pirates, thieves, smugglers, and eventually you come to a one that's kind of more tattered and torn, and it's actually been kind of crossed out as well. And on it seems as though it doesn't have a picture of anything, but Andy, you do see that it does have a list of names, and your father's name is, well, if you can't quite read, Kashan can, and probably find this and helps you find it. Rahim's name is crossed out on it, and as you look over it, it seems to be like a list of potential accomplices to notorious thieves, ones who use one basically like smugglers who are able to kind of get thieves in and out of places and use and basically hide them, like stow them away, a place to keep them low and off the radar whilst the authorities are searching for them.
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother.
She'd look at this list and she'll listen to Kashan helping her read through this, but she'll also look a bit disappointed, and she'd know, I would have liked to have seen his face again. That's all. But she takes the one of her mum and she points to it and she's like gesturing to the York. Can I keep this?
He nods.
And she goes, I'm sorry, I hit you before. Can I have a hug?
Whoa, good. I know, he says. And he kind of stoops down and hugs you. Gives you a
She's
pat.
probably on her toes.
He's,
Awesome.
he's kind of fierce and I guess battered looking expression, kind of goes sad. He looks all droopy. And he's like,
Oh. Well, he's given her some really important information. He's actually given her a picture of her mum, so of course she's very grateful right now. So
Friends for life.
I'll come find you if I'm ever back this way.
Oh,
We can go drinking.
go.
There we go.
And he starts rushing towards the bar as if reminded.
Not quite yet.
And Carius is just there chatting to Fizzy about his life as a pirate so far.
It's busy.
Yeah, it's got this rung end up.
The little drone, yeah.
I think it was like Fizz Pop or something, so I've just called him Fizzy for short.
Yeah, fizz flop or fizzy.
Yeah.
Busy. So
I asked him if I could call him Fizzy, and he said yes. So
it was definitely Schlip Schlop over on the other side.
yeah.
But fizz flop. Yeah. What the hell's Llewellyn doing? Get out of here. Lying in the corner. So yeah, he's talking about his life as a grung and how his place got attacked by the Sahuagin. And of course, they've been contorting the spirits of the dead.
Well, I am sorry for your loss, my little friend, but this isn't Carius' voice. This is a different voice.
That was
gonna
meant to
say,
be
why-
Carius?
Why are you Blinsky?
Right, I'm sorry for your loss, Fizzy. But if it helps, we did kill a whole bunch of them. Might not be the same ones, but, you know, Sahuagin is Sahuagin, as if they're doing the same sort of thing.
Good. Send them down to the depths below, where they belong.
Nah, they don't deserve the depths below. I say we fry them up like fish.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious now. I mean, I don't know if that counts as cannibalism because they're a humanoid race, but they are fish people.
I eat my own kind all the time. It's not a big deal.
Really? Is that a common thing for? Sorry, I'm not that familiar. You're a
Grung.
grung, right?
Grung
Sorry.
will eat anything.
Yeah.
We can eat anything.
Fair.
We're not like typical frogs. And he opens his mouth. He points out some pointy teeth as well.
Wow, frogs with teeth. That's oddly
Terrifying.
terrifying. Though, at least it's not a lamprey-like mouth. That's the worst mouth. Ugh.
Ugh,
And have you seen those things? They climb walls with their teeth.
that's messed up. That's
I know.
an affront against nature.
I know. Right, anyway, I've probably got to talk business with these two fellows, so I'll leave you to your drinking, Fizzy.
He hops off the table and back to his allies.
Oh, that was nice. A bit weird, but nice.
Captain Zit. Was it Zit? Zit? Something like that. Turns to you and he says, "So, an alliance then."
Yes, and I actually had a bit of an idea whilst talking to Fizzy. Don't know why talking to Fizzy gave me this idea, but obviously you enjoy the pirate life. You enjoy raiding other ships, getting treasure, etc. But you probably don't like the idea of being chased down by the law, right?
It's a bit of a nuisance, but comes with a job.
Well, have you heard of the concept of being a privateer?
What's that?
Essentially, it's a pirate hired by the government to hunt down other pirates, and you get to keep part of their treasure. You get a bit of fame and renown. You get some
Bounty.
government backing, so you might get a fancy ship. You'll be like legal pirates.
Legal, but bounty hunters essentially.
In a way, but you'd also just get to your main focus would be chasing down other pirates and showing that you're the best pirates.
The best that ever was.
Shoving the rusty scimitars right down their throat.
Hmm. What do you think about that, business partner? And you see he's actually finally coming around. The bugbear captain's like, privateers? Well, if we were privateers before today, that means I would have had to find this captain and bring him in. And then there wouldn't be an alliance between the rusty scimitars.
True. But now that you're together, I mean, I don't know if you're planning. Are you planning to join with other pirate crews? Do you need more captains here?
Too many cooks spoil the broth.
Exactly. And with this, not only would you get to blast apart other pirates with your cannons and whatever, and ballistas, I guess, and whatever other tools you have, you'd not only get to probably keep some of the loot, you'd get to get paid for it as well. Like, actually get bounties on them.
And you think you can make this work? Who's going to buy this this idea?
Well, I do have a bit of influence up in the island kingdom. Not kind of worked as well, I was kind of in with the royal family there, so I can probably talk to them. Some of my friends have some connections in Weep over in Midra, if you were interested in going that far.
We usually keep to the Claw Coast area, but we'd
Well,
need to charter them. I think
yeah.
it's doable, but wait, who will we working for? Are we working for you or for the Island Kingdom?
Well, I'd put you in connection with them, get it set up, and you'd be working for them officially. I'd just be, maybe even Sazza would be the go-between.
Hmm.
And then,
And Karis, you know that the Island Kingdom of, I think it's Donovic, is basically, they have an armada themselves. They do have quite a naval fleet, and mobilizing such a force is incredibly costly. But the hiring of pirates, they're a bit of a risky juncture. It might just work.
yeah. And we already know that Weep has made alliance with pirates.
That's true. Yeah. There are more terrible forces on the waters than pirates, though. And it seems as though at the end of the day, you might be turning these forces against the Sahuagin in due time. They have become the real plague of the sea.
Yep. Just as a quick question, actually, how would you feel about blasting apart Sahuagin?
It's usually them who are blasting us apart. They usually ambush us. It's their terrain. And though they don't have ships, they own something far more tremendous. I've seen it swallow entire ships
This be the big turtle.
Aye.
Yeah, we were worried they were going to make that thing fly with these spirits. They made sharks fly. That was terrifying enough.
His eyes kind of go wide. He looks to his drink and then takes a shot. I'm shocked.
Yeah. But there's also, I mean, whilst my dad might not be your biggest fans, in fact, I think you'd find it hard to find someone who's less of a fan of you than him. Though at the moment, considering I'm trying to make an alliance with you, I'm probably about on the same level. He at least has some influence around this area.
True, we do have some of his gold.
Yes, and you technically are currently being blamed for the murder of his crew, the destruction of his ship, and the kidnapping of his daughter. And the kidnapping of him, technically.
Kidnapping of him, yes. But
Yes,
Saza chose to join us.
Oh, yes, I know the actual details, but I'm just saying this is what he thinks.
Well,
that's why I sent Saza to talk it out.
Maybe we can call it even if we kill some Sohurgan for him. Who are the real culprits.
Yeah, now that I could probably spin to him, and with the Sohurgan being as big a deal as they are, and providing you're willing to, well, if I remember rightly, you've got a bit of a reputation on the Clawed Coast, haven't you already?
We're getting there.
Well,
it's a newly formed alliance. We're still working on the branding and marketing.
Well, whilst I can't guarantee it, but considering how things are going at the moment, what with the Sohurgan and other things, I might be able to swing it to get you as bodyguards for our merchant vessel, which would be paid work. You might not get to sink as many other ships, but you're less likely to get chased down by the law.
We are quite far from the law. That's why we chose this strip of land in the first place. Guidia doesn't really patrol it.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any influence at Guidia. Otherwise, I'd try something there. My only real influences are down here with my dad, and also back in the Island Kingdom. I kind of wish Castellius was here for actually one of the first times in a long time ever since that guy left. But because he's actually the prince of the kingdom and would probably be able to make actual deals rather than just, But either way, if we can strike a deal that you don't attack our ships, at least for the time being, maybe help us out a bit with everything that's happening.
As soon as your family pay the ransom for you, we'll be in a good position.
I look at them and I'm like, you're still trying to spin that?
Well, that's why you're here in place of Saza, right?
No, I'm here for negotiations while she goes and explains things so she can come back. If you want to try to hold me for ransom, I just sort of look and go, I dare any of you to try.
Oh. Roll an intimidation.
Intimidation is not my forte, but dice don't fit. No! Dice don't.
They laugh. It's good to have a prisoner with a sense of humor. Here, you can have another drink.
I just I take the drink and be like, well, you might be able to hold me, but do you think you'll be able to hold me with Kashan here?
Wait,
hello,
Kashan?
Yeah, he's over there.
I think I was unconscious, actually.
How do you think we No, you were awake for the beginning of the song. We started drinking during the song, I think. I've had a few myself, but yeah, that's how we know so much about him. He's one of our group. Kind of.
We heard he's a thief as well, as much as the rest of us.
He has been a thief in the past, but he's given that up to some extent and achieved lofty goals. Saved an entire 2 tribes on a giant floating island. Basically, saved practically a god at this point. I think we've done quite a bit. Yeah, but if you ever need someone to talk to someone, he speaks every language there is, providing you're a sentient creature he can speak to you.
That was a lot. But yes, Kishan is legendary, so we heard. So, anyway, we can be business partners, but what was the other thing you was talking about? Killing dragons or something?
Well, it's more. Well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to a fight, is the main point. But if, for example, an evacuation is needed, you have ships.
Right. Okay.
That would be helpful. I'm not planning to ask you to fight dragons. I don't want to fight them myself, and I wouldn't make anyone do something I don't want to do. Which is why, if anything, if I'm going to point your rusty scimitars at any foe, it'll be the Sahuagin.
Right.
And I'm sure Fizzy and his buddies will be with you all the way.
Yep, well, the Sahuagin usually kick our ass out in the open sea, so we'd need some help. But
what kind of help would you need, do you think?
Fighting power. They're better equipped than us. They have magical powers of some sort.
Wait, are none of you capable of cut? Don't you have a drow? Aren't they like the deadliest casters? Isn't that a thing?
We have some drow. That's their innate magic, but none that's actually can beat them when they can control the literal ocean, so they can summon creatures from the depth. It's like fighting on their turf most of the time. Anyway,
but we can certainly look to get some additional firepower, perhaps.
Right now, we'll work with you, but currently, you're kind of in our debt because you owe us a ransom for you. So it's like you're putting down a deposit to working with us, right?
Right. I look at him and then I'm like, right. So for now, we'll consider my ransom sort of on the table. But if I can get you some business, which is more valuable than the ransom.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, but I don't have to stay here as part of that, right?
No, you trade back with Saza.
Providing if she wants to, she can come and visit. That's fine, I think. She probably won't want to. Alright. Okay. I think we've sort of come to an arrangement here. Anything else you want to ask or know?
No. We'll find some information for you, though. We know of other pirates, and we know where they tend to hunt.
I think for a moment that. Have you heard any rumors about a pirate group called the Storm Gannets?
Funny enough, they are privateers.
Yeah. Have they been seen around here recently? I know they normally operate further afield, but
one of the pirates speaks up and says, "Last I heard, they were in Gydia, and as this orc comes down to get his drink, he sort of speaks in Orcish, and then they're like, oh, apparently he was just talking about them with your allies, saying that they were smuggling someone across the oceans away from the city."
how recently was that?
Years ago, and
Oh, I was hoping for a more recent location. Have they been seen around in the last couple of weeks?
no.
Well, if you hear anything about their positioning, let me know. One of their crew owes me a drink.
Okay. You got all the drink here you need, but anyway.
Yes, but it was a custom brew he was making for me. Is the point?
All right. Yeah, that piques the interest of the lizard folk barkeeper. It's like, competition, perhaps. All right.
Like I said, I do know one of the Steinhammers. At the moment, Karis feels like such a name dropper. It's like I know the Prince of a Kingdom. My dad's important.
Well traveled.
He is.
He's not even doing it like to brag. He just knows, and it's helpful.
Sure. Well traveled. All right. So I'm going to jump back to the others, and I think at this point, yes, it doesn't like being a worm anymore. It's going to start nipping at your ankles.
I wouldn't have kept him like that for too long.
Oh, okay, good.
I would have picked him up and put him in Saz's hand though.
He just sort of looks at it and is like, ugh, and then drops it to the floor.
And then takes all damage.
Yes, and it takes full damage. You're like, oh, God! Sazza, it's me! Why did you throw me? I was
Like the poor boy wasn't bruised enough.
I would have.
he was a disgusting worm. Maybe that's why. It's like you make it sound like you only want me for my good looks and lean, muscular form.
The spell broke, but nothing changed.
And so I was like, well,
Worm.
anyway, cinnamon mangoes. She jumps into one of the seats and Dasley's like, oh yeah, help yourself. She starts mingling in amongst her sisters, whilst Aragos says, well, watch the children have their desserts. Let's go talk business in the map room. Follow me. I said, follow me.
Talk business with us? No.
Did he gesture Irina or both of us?
Yeah, both of you.
Damn it, I wanted the mangoes. Fine.
No. Talking business with us? What?
Is this the map of the Clawed Coast?
Yeah.
This is perfect. It will help fill out the map in the Magnificent Mansion.
Okay, but you're missing the point here, Lavellin.
What?
Carius is the one doing the business, not us.
Yeah, why are we doing that?
You can pass this information on to him.
No, you can wait until he gets back. I literally, my thing is I don't want to take eyes off Sazza in case she does a runner. Because we need to trade her for Carius, so...
Alright. Okay.
Came from mangoes and we got denied mango.
Her
Wait,
behavior at the moment has just been like shifty as heck the whole way through, and she's like clearly stupid. So
Yeah,
I can imagine her doing a runner when we're not looking. So yeah, she's not leaving my sight.
Yeah, your son is the negotiator. I'm more the firepower.
And the mango beater.
That too.
I just do what he asks.
Fine.
Go get him then.
Sure.
Do you have some paper and some ink to write stuff down?
Narrowly says, "Yeah, we have loads.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you're
do
not
you
gonna empty us out of ink, are you? I used to have
no.
documents and
It's just to
important.
record. It's just to record some information down, and I just like let Sorrow hop along my arm onto Narrowly.
How much ink?
Not a lot, just enough to record the information your father wants to tell Carius.
Sure. She seems a little bit suspicious of you. She gives you half an inkwell.
That's fine. I'm literally gonna leave Sorrow with her to record down all this information
Oh, okay. All right, sure.
because I'm not this guy.
Well, so both of the party leave. Eric like throws his hands up in the air.
I'm not the negotiator. I go in with the explosions and shit.
Riley takes you aside for a moment, Irina, and says, although he doesn't show it, Erikos is deep down greatly appreciative of your effort. You have done the Damsir family a great service, bringing back Sazza without any harm. Didn't think it possible, but
Look, he's
well,
just a dad who doesn't want to let his little girl grow up. I get that. It's fine. But, like, he's not the boss of me. So,
no, I'm starting to think who is your boss? They would have had to be, well, have had the patience of a saint.
to be fair, I answer to one person, and he's currently stuck somewhere where he can't actually tell me what to do. So, it's fine.
And who's that?
But, well,
Too much-
it's my boss, I guess.
Oh, okay. Wait, you work for, I thought last time we spoke you were part of a library, right?
Mm-hmm. I work for the Grand Library in the capital.
Ears cut.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out, but that's why I'm back in the Cloud Coast. I've got to find Malone. My men. You remember the last time I came through on the boat and I was coming over here to find Malone, the mage?
Yes.
Found her. She's kind of vanished, and now I've got to go look through her things to see if I can find a trail of what she was thinking.
Briseis pokes their head around the corner. Did you say a trail? Someone vanishing?
You're
And then-
not coming.
I've already filled out my notebook. It's got all the details.
I'm sorry, but this is. You don't work for the library. You can't come with. I'm sorry.
Well,
But you can keep your ears open if you hear anything. Rumors
Right.
about the capital are always welcome.
Briseis says, well, last I heard, the capital was utterly destroyed anyway, so...
Not destroyed, just fractured. Fractured.
Destroyed.
It's not destroyed. Fractured.
Destroyed.
Destroyed.
No. I went in and I came back out. I don't know how, but I did. So
She looks wide-eyed and begins scribbling in her notebook. She flips to a really far back page and says, wait. You've been inside and you returned? No one returns from the capital.
I did. I'm living proof. I got stuck in there for 9 years, but living proof.
She holds up a book. In fact, no, she goes to some newspaper articles. She's like, look, see? These are all the people who've gone missing. If they've gone to the capital, they don't come back. Are you sure you're here? Are you real? She pokes you.
I pinch her.
Ow! Okay, yes. But still, That's you should be all over the headlines.
No, I can't do
Oh.
my job if people know I'll get hounded. And that's not
Right.
something that I need right now.
Like
Like
you are now?
I have friends, I have family in the capital. Okay, I need to be able to do my job without people hunting me down
Hunting? Why would they hunt you?
for information.
Worst I can think is paparazzi. But still, you're an enigma. You're one of a kind. You've just gone against everything we've known about the capital. That's why people have lost trade with it, lost communication. They've just vanished.
I have theories on how I got out, but I don't remember exactly.
Don't remember.
No.
Hmm.
Getting out must have caused some sort of mental block or something, because I remember the dragons. I remember
Dragons? She scribbles into a notebook.
I remember going in after Smolder, despite Malone telling me not to. I remember her telling me I had to go with her, and I remember walking in regardless. I remember Zeno following me, and then when I went to turn back, we couldn't leave. I remember everything was just mirrored fragments everywhere, and it was dark, and I don't remember the conversation, but I remember the dragons.
These could all be valuable clues in how to like fix the city, or perhaps even
Yes, I
communicate.
know. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to piece it together. I'm walking backwards and going back to the start.
Llewellyn cuts his conversation that he's having short and looks down the table like, wait, there was dragons in the capital city?
I have mentioned this before.
Yeah, but we never got to discuss it properly. The
Yes.
dragons of Bahamut?
I don't know. They were dragons.
Huge
Okay.
gold, were they gold, Chris?
Well, you ask that to
Yes.
They weren't
Right.
gold. They weren't gold.
No.
But-
No.
No, the ones that I remember, what color were they?
They
'Cause
were gold. Yeah, they were all gold. They were the 7 gold dragons of Bahamut.
wow, when I left the capital city, there was many gold dragons of Bahamut in there, but there was still dragons in there when you were in there.
I
Do you remember what color they were, Irina?
think they were red or they were black, but my brain says black. Why does my brain say black?
Because
They were
you
black.
can roll. Yeah, not you're not wrong, but you're also. I think you're giving Llewellyn some misinformation in that Briseis sort of says black dragons went nearly extinct. Briseis pulls out another
I think there
series
were.
of newspaper headlines and says, "Look, see, black dragons were hunted down and killed like long ago. Supposedly, there's only one left, and he was, well, he went into hiding.
What was his name?
Kavalanoth, the Lustful.
Is that
Ooh.
the one that my party murdered?
You've never met Kavalanoth.
No, that was Rauhis.
Rauhis was his bastard son.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying there's only one black dragon?
Supposedly, black dragons were a menace to the land. They were hunted
I'm
down.
sure I definitely. There was more than one.
You saw more than one black dragon in there?
Was the coloring right in the city?
Did you not hear the fractured mirrored fragments and everything was dark?
That's what I mean. Like maybe the color of the dragons wasn't correct.
Maybe, but I had a pretty lengthy conversation with them.
Did they say names that they had?
What part of I don't remember do you not get? She's getting really stressed out now.
Oh God, I have the names somewhere. I did actually write the names down.
I'm trying to find my notes now.
All right. Velen, you can roll me an Arcana check at this point, and I think so
Sure.
can Irina. Based on the information Briseis is also giving you,
What am I rolling?
an Arcana check.
That's an empty sheet. I don't want that.
16.
22.
Okay.
Wait, why is my... Mind.
Velen, you're fixated on it being gold dragons and the fact that it might have been dark in this place and colors may have been thrown off. Whereas Irina being told straight